while. Tonight it's gonna be a story, from the perspective of a child, let's say. Window, hallway, basement door, attic ceiling, stringed floor. There, where no one dares to go, on uneven ground of treeless hills and mist-filled hollows, where wolves skull and hati on moon and sun devours, where shadows always seem to follow, crawls behind and never shows, just the sound of gnawing bones. Waters deep that tends to swallow, paths are wet and ute narrow, air so cold that stings like arrows, evil feasts on fear and sorrow. Where the moor will know no light, stands a silhouetted dark-shaped house, top to bottom wrapped in moss. Shaitan lives there in the night, clawing scratches on the walls. One night, I woke up scared to death from the whispers underneath my bed. I told myself it's nothing there. I told myself it's in my head. Next day, I've asked my brother if he heard them. He told me he heard them too. He told me not to be afraid. He's just a friend who wants to play. He lives alone down at the moor. Next time, I heard whispers again. It was about 2 or 3 a.m. I've checked underneath my bed, but nothing's there. Just muddy prints beside my rest. Next day, I've asked my brother if he came by my room last night. He told me that he didn't, but his friend from the moor did. They went to play out in the moor last night. He came to wake you up, but you were sleeping tight. Later, whispers became noises, something moving in my room. Whispers later became voices, couldn't hear because of the gloom. He asked my name, and I asked his. We talked below the moon. He said Joyce, and I said cheers. Sorry. He said Joyce, and I said fears in the darkness of my room. The neighbor's dog barked loud and bit me sore. He told me to bring him to the moor and leave him on the porch of the house with lots of moss by that door to teach him not to do so anymore. And the dog will never more. The boy that lives in the end of my street always kicks me with his feet. He told me to bring him to the moor and leave him on the porch of the house with lots of moss by that door to teach him not to do so anymore. And the boy were never more. My brother broke mom's favorite vase. I was beaten in his place. He told me to bring him to the moor and leave him on the porch of the house with lots of moss by the door to teach him not to do so anymore. Tonight, I'm going to the moor to ask where my brother's going and when he'll be coming home. I'm going to the house with lots of moss. Got on the porch, knocked twice on the door, but nothing's there. Was it all in my head? Not a house, not even a porch, not even a door. Just 2 lifeless corpses of 2 boys and a dog. I walled myself down at the moor. Then I were nevermore.